Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So guys, once again, we're going to talk about these 304s and how they have a high five and the herp derp. And guys, this is not a game. It's not, because these chicks will expose you and they do not care. You know what I'm saying? And guys, you're going to need an adamantium condom at this rate. So guys, we're going to go to dumpster fire known as TikTok and the landfill known as Reddit to look at some of these chicks whining about the high five. But before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment, guys. Check out my locals, my second channel. And guys, check out the playlist at the end for more videos about the herp derp and the high five. Guys, look at this Reddit thread. Broke up with my girlfriend after she told me that she has the high five. Look at that, guys. Look at that. I, 26, found out 2 days ago that my now ex-girlfriend, 21, had the high five. We've been together for almost 8 months and I never used protection with her. Oh no! So when she disclosed her status to me, she said that it was quote unquote undetectable with the medicine she was taking, so that my chances of getting it were 0 to none. Right after she told me, I went to get tested and thankfully everything came back negative. I feel so bad for leaving her. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Beta!
Come on, man. Look at that. Look at that. I feel so bad for leaving her because she was born with the disease, so it's not her fault. When we started to see each other, she started making an effort to take her HIV medication on a regular basis, work out, eat healthy, and even decided to go back to school. As someone who still loves her,
Beta!
look at that. I want her to continue doing all these things even without me in her life. I know her viral load is undetectable with medicine, but how easily can that change? Should she have told me this earlier? Am I wrong for leaving her? How can I support her moving forward as a friend? I told you guys.
Beta!
Jesus. Now, guys, let's go to the dumpster fire known as TikTok.
AIDS, my friend. AIDS. That is why your girl had lost her ability to walk. I was bedridden for so long, and I pretty much just share my journey on social media and daily life stuff. That's all. I know you're new. There's a lot of new people, so thought I would leave this here. Mwah, have a good day.
Jesus. Look at this. Guys, rarely ever my speech says, well, look at the tattoos on the neck. You know what I'm saying, guys? Come on. Are you shocked? You know what I'm saying? God.
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
And guys, all these chicks, oh yeah, you look so amazing. Yeah. Apparently she was in some article about Newsweek, in Newsweek about her high five. Please. Guys, are hashtags. Hashtag high five. Hashtag high five awareness. Hashtag TikTok health clown world.
Ask what my symptoms were of having HIV.
Jesus.
Yeah, of course you can. So my symptoms of having HIV will be twofold. One will be around symptoms I had when I first contracted HIV, and the other will be symptoms that I experienced later down the line, which were an indication that I have HIV. So I contracted HIV in the winter of 2018. And the first 4 to 6 weeks after being infected with HIV, I had a very intense viral infection. What this looked like was my glands under here were really swollen, like you would have with the mumps.
Ugh.
I had really intense pneumonia, and I had rashes all over like my chest, my arms, my back, some of my thigh. They weren't itchy, they weren't sore, they were just a rash, and they wouldn't go away with like antihistamines or antibiotics or eczema cream or anything like that. I did go to doctors for this and told them like, I really don't feel well, I'm taking like paracetamol and Nurofen and all that, and it's just not shifting, I don't know why I'm so ill. And they just couldn't figure it out. Turns out it's HIV.
Jesus, look at
So
that.
those symptoms just stop after about 4 weeks. So by Christmas I'm pretty good. And then nothing for years. fast forward 3 years later, and I get pregnant with my husband. I have a lovely baby, but at the start of that pregnancy, I was really dizzy a lot.
She got pregnant by her husband. Look at that, guys. Does he know you have the high five?
Really fatigued, which is pretty normal for pregnancy, so no one would think the wiser. But the initial blood test that I had when I got pregnant, because that's standard routine for anyone in the UK to get a blood test which tests you for things like HIV. Those tests showed that I had very low platelets. Now, platelets are what make your blood clot, and that's quite important in pregnancy, that you have clotted blood rather than thin blood, because you don't want to lose the baby. Now, like, an acceptable bottom level normal range of platelets is like 150,000 count, something like that. I'm not sure what the count specifically is, but I know that number is like the bottom level of normal, somewhere between like 150,000 to 400,000 as far as platelet count goes is like normal. Mine was at its highest 80 and dropped dramatically to 20, which is like critical. The gum clinic, when they found out that my platelets were that low, actually called me up late on a Friday night and just said, if you get anything, if you have a small paper cut, if you get a bump, if you get a bruise, you go to A&E immediately because your blood will not clot.
Look at that.
Bearing in mind, I'm like 10 weeks pregnant at this point. It's like still pretty risky territory for pregnancy. But there's something about the fact that I was pregnant and had undiagnosed HIV and therefore not on treatment yet.
Oh, so her husband didn't know, guys. Look at that. So she didn't know, got married, the husband's blasting up the club. She didn't, oh my gosh. She's pregnant, so you know he got it too. Clown world.
The combination of that really badly affected my platelets. As soon as I started treatment though, my platelets just rose massively and got to normal pretty much within a month. Which is astronomical. It just shows how good the treatment is. But to answer the question, my platelets were badly affected, and I was only 3 years into having HIV, so that's quite soon. Generally speaking, people will go 5, 10, even more years before they experience any symptoms.
Jesus.
After the initial viral infection, if they even had that. I guess that's the weird thing with HIV, is that not everyone has that initial viral reaction that I had, and not everyone will have their platelets be affected or have them be affected at that certain point. So that's why it's really hard to pick up on people that do have HIV, because it doesn't really present the same every single time. But that's how it affected me, and that's how it got picked up.
And what about your husband, right? Are you guys still married? Can you imagine? Can you imagine, guys? Absolutely insane. And all these people, oh, you're so strong. Wow, you're so honest. And wow, you're such an empowered woman.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Clown world. You guys are hashtags. Hashtag high five positive. Hashtag high five positive journey. Hashtag high five positive living. Hashtag high five positive and proud. Hashtag high five awareness. Hashtag high five stigma. Hashtag high five mama. Hashtag high five symptoms. Hashtag high five life. Hashtag high five journey. Hashtag stigma. Hashtag health. Hashtag health care. Hashtag learn. Hashtag education. Hashtag you equals you. Hashtag undetectable clown world.
Let's have a recap. So basically, I contracted HIV from someone I was with for 11 years. That
Gavin.
person was my son's dad. So he is in the army. He is based in Norwich, Norfolk, I don't know, however it's said.
Jesus.
He was into swinging. I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with swinging. It's quite hard when it's your partner. Anyway, so he's in the army. He has been for nearly 6 years now. And He was engaged in relationships with men, women.
With other dudes. Look at that.
Anything with a pulse. This also happened before he went in the army as well. I did catch him once, but like, obviously, I mean, I was only young. I didn't want to believe it.
Whoa, wait a minute. Pump the brakes. Wait a minute. She caught him doing this once before, and she stayed with him. And guys, what's the excuse? I was young, right? Please, guys, come on. Guys, look at this. She was with Army Nug. Private Nug, right? Private Gavin. She caught him doing this before. He kept doing it, and she got the high five. I don't feel bad for her.
Our son had just been born, brushed under the carpet. I loved him. Didn't want to believe it. A couple of years later, I was feeling sick all the time, like poorly. I couldn't go to bed. I went to get my iron levels checked. They were low. Obviously, I was prescribed iron tablets, folic acid. Started to feel a little bit better. And then I got really, really sick for about 6 days. All I can describe was like the flu, sweating, temperature. But after about a week, I was fine. Didn't think anything else of that. Just thought it was, winter flu. Fast forward near enough about a year, my friend told me about this like home STI kit, and I thought this is cool. I've never ever been tested for STIs. Well, once I did. Once when I was like 18 and they were all like negative. And I thought to myself like, wow, I want to go. And then I seen like this HIV test and I didn't know what it was, and it was like, you got to prick your finger and then milk your finger, and I thought, cool, let's have a go. So I done that kit, sent it off. Within 10 days I had someone ringing me saying I had HIV.
Yikes.
And I was like, whoa, what do you mean? And like I couldn't help but think, if I didn't find that STI test cool that you could do in your house, I never literally would have known I had HIV at all. Obviously I was back and forth to the GP, but they were sending me for blood tests, but they weren't looking for HIV in it. Unless you find something in a blood test, unless you're looking for something in a blood test, you will never find it. Then I discovered loads of photos of my partner engaging in sexual activities with his face in. I confronted him and he said, yeah, I've got HIV and I've known for 2.5 years. And I thought, oh, why didn't you say? And that's how I got it.
Look at that, guys. Now, guys, how much you want to bet this knucklehead was out there banging and clanging and slanging? You know what I'm saying? Come on. Because what happens is these 304s, they get mad, right? And then they go out to bars, right?
I'ma kill your bitch ass, bitch!
And end up, exposing people, right?
I hope you die of AIDS, ho!
Look at that. Guys are hashtags. Hashtag high five, hashtag high five positive living, clown world. I told you guys. Guys, first of all, back to this guy. Guys, he's a beta.
Beta!
He's a simp. Guys, rate this guy on the simpometer, right?
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
This guy's an idiot, guys. He's an idiot. Because you know that he's still trying to go back to her, right? And of course, this person here says, hey there, I work actively in health clinics with High Five Plus patients. First off, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Finding out that someone that you cared for kept such a serious secret from you at the risk of your own health is extremely upsetting. Now, guys, here's all this, educate yourself of foolishness. Who cares, right? This other guy says, by the way, you need to continue to get tested. High Five can take up to 6 months to detect on a panel from the time of infection. This means if you actually you got it the last time you two had sex, you might not catch it for 6 months. This next person says, she should have told you she had the High Five before you were sleeping together. She could even face legal repercussions if you wished. Look at that. Not bad at all for your reaction. She lied and put you in danger for that long when she should have been honest. Better to end it now. Yep. Someone says, should she have told me earlier? Yes, she should have. Look at that. This guy says, if you do decide to break up with her, I'd be sure to let her know that it's not because she has the high five. Guys, come on.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Come on, dude. Come on. This next guy says she should have told you before you even had sex so you could make an informed decision about protection. You are not wrong for leaving her. Moral of the story, wear protection always. This last one, guys. This is something you tell someone before you have sex, not 8 months after unprotected sex. It's unfortunate she's been dealt this hand, but she's playing it poorly. You have the right to move on. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh, guys, sorry. I gotta do this last one. If her viral load was if her viral load was undetectable and she was getting checked that regularly, then it is true that you were not at risk. Guys, come on.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Absolute clown world. Look at that, guys. Come on, man. Come on. Man, oh man. There's still this kind of sentiment of like being somewhat understanding of the woman's side. You guys know that this was a woman saying that Gavin, the starving artist, or Pookie, you know what I mean, didn't tell her he had the high five and was, you know, that they would be all over him. So, all right, you guys, man, let me know what you guys think. Guys, be careful out there. I appreciate you guys. Check out the playlist. I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.